Testing one, two. Am I recording? I guess so. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Chester Rogers. I'm known to some as Jonathan Bashir, which is a nickname that I picked up because my son's name is Jonathan and we look so much alike. And my Islamic name is Bashir. And one day I was watching Star Trek Next Generation, and I found out that the doctor on Next Generation name was Jonathan Bashir. And I just love the way that name sounds. So many people were calling me Big John, Little John, because me and my son looked so much alike that I got used to the name and I started calling myself Jonathan. I am not um, going into too much detail about my past. I am moving forward with my future. I created this show called Inspire Me. And the reason why is, during the covert situations and so many people being depressed about being stuck in their house and in their homes, that I wanted to do something that inspired people. A lot of people told me that they found my struggle with cancer to be very inspirational because of how quickly I recovered and how dedicated I was to healing, getting better, and getting back on my feet and not letting cancer take me out. This is my second bout with cancer. In 2016, I got a sore throat which lasted over 6 months. And it would come and it would go, but it was always present. And I finally went to my doctor and he told me, hey, I see something in there. I want to take a look at it and I will biopsy it and I will send it to the lab and we'll see what it is. It turned out to be cancer. He said that he can treat me with radiation, surgery to remove the nodes that were on my vocal cords, and then intense radiation, which I did. And after doing the radiation, I thought I was cured. I felt better. There was a lump in my throat that went away, and I felt I was on the road to recovery. Well, back in 2019, going into 2020, I was walking in the parking lot. A woman sneezed, and I saw her from a distance, and I just said, don't walk through that area. She just blew a big sneeze, and there's probably tons of germs in the air. And I said, oh, stop being silly. And I walked right to the car, and 5 minutes after that, I started feeling sick. And I was like, this has got to be psychosomatic. And I was like, nope, you're getting sick. And then that evening, I was very sick. And I just took over the counter medication. But a week after that, 2 weeks after that, I started getting a sore throat. And the sore throat from so much coughing lasted then I got a job working for C&W Services. And when I started working there, they hired me as a maintenance engineer. But I started teaching classes and helping out my manager. And they actually let me stay in that position. And I loved it. It was right up my alley. I didn't have to bust my butt. And all I had to do was talk. And I'm pretty good at talking. You're gonna find out. Uh, I can't laugh. Another thing that's happened to me since having this surgery is I look sleepy. I don't know why. I'm not sleepy, but I look sleepy. And I can tell when I'm looking sleepy. My face feels droopy. like, uh, but all jokes aside, you will find that during this show, what I intend to do is I intend to do stories about inspirational people, something to inspire us all. And I figured the first show should be about me. And no, not because I'm conceited, but because I didn't want nobody to watch the video and they be like, what the hell is wrong with him? Why does he sound like that? Let me tell you a cute story. I took my grandson out. Well, he's grandson by marriage through my brother's wife, but I love the kids. And I went out with his mother and took them out to dinner. And I said something and he heard my voice and he looked up at me and he said, Grandpa, Grandpa, you know what you sound like? I was like, what? He said, you sound like a monster. I was so hurt. It was the first time I had started learning how to talk. And I was just happy to be talking because there was a period where I couldn't talk after the surgery. And when he said that, it hurt my feelings. But I knew he was just a kid and he didn't mean no harm. But it still hurt my feelings. And he seen my face and he's such a sweetheart. He looked up at me and he said, Grandpa, Grandpa. I said, what? He said, don't worry. He rubbed me on my back. He said, you're a good monster. Oh my God. That's my best attempt at laughing. I don't have vocal cords. I have a prosthetic device in my throat called a TPE. This little plastic thing, my doctor is gonna show you in the video and you will see it looks like a little round cylinder. And basically, when they do this procedure, they removed my voice box and a lot of the surrounding tissue, including that little flap that closes your esophagus when you're swallowing so that you don't choke on food. Well, when they do this, they have to close the airway because there's no longer that little thing that will close when you swallow. And another thing I found out is that we have rings of muscles in our throat. And when we swallow, chain reaction of those muscles, and they push the food into your stomach. Well, after having this procedure, those muscles no longer work. So I swallow by gravity. And I have to drink things that are watery. Like I've come used to drinking vitamin water because it's good for me. It's sugar free. It helps with my diabetes. And it washes the food down very nicely. One of the other things that can happen when you have this surgery is that you develop what's called a shelf. I'm gonna pause the video